They scored to make it 35-34, and they kicked the extra point and missed the extra point. We won in overtime.
Make no mistake, Tom Brady carried us through that game.
The Alabama game, in my experience at Michigan, is as fine a performance at quarterback as anybody ever had.
We kidded you about being the comeback kid. Wow. You didn't want to have to wait till the fourth quarter to bring the team back, but you did a tremendous job.
What better way to go as a fifth-year senior as an Orange Bowl victory?
You would think Brady's achievements at Michigan would have won the admiration of pro teams looking for a quarterback in the upcoming draft. But it didn't happen that way. Brady's struggle for recognition continued.
I only had one call from the NFL. Bobby Greer, who was with the Patriots at the time, talked about they were going to draft a quarterback late. I just said, Bobby, I guarantee you, you will never regret drafting Tom Brady.
This is the draft report on you. Basically, it goes poor build, skinny, lacks great physical stature and strength,
lacks mobility and ability to avoid the rush, lacks a really strong arm, can't drive the ball downfield, does not throw a really tight spiral.
System-type player who can get exposed if forced to add lift.
and gets knocked down easily.
That kind of gets me fired up because I'm thinking, you know, what the hell do these people know? I mean, that sounds like Joe Montana right there.
Joe Montana. As a kid who grew up 20 minutes from Candlestick Park, that's exactly who Tom Brady wanted to be.
We used to be dyed-in-the-wool 49er fans. We loved Joe Montana, the best ever.
When I was 4 years old, my dad took me to one of the games. It was the NFC Championship game when Dallas played the Niners at home.
And he throws into the end zone. Touchdown!
We were sitting in the end zone when Dwight Clark made the catch.
In the 2000 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers were one of the teams looking for a quarterback.
We knew all about Tom. Tom was from Sarah High School, right up the street here. At the Combine, when you watch Tom, you saw this tall, gangly-looking kid. Looked like having ever seen a weight room. Ran a 5.2 something. One of the slowest quarterbacks in the Combine. Does he wow you throwing the ball? Mm-mm. There were some other guys that could shoot it, and he had just an okay arm. Did his coaches at Michigan really stand on the table and say, this is the greatest thing since Joe Montana? No, not even close. They had to decide if it was he or Drew Henson. We even had a local combine in San Francisco where the kids from the local colleges or the local high schools can come by and have a workout. And Tom was there, and Bill was there. We were all there. And Tom, to be quite honest, did nothing that would say, hey, we need to draft this guy.
His 40 time and that vertical jump. In 32 years of doing this, we talked about 576 quarterbacks. He was number 576.
It's not really what my skill set is, but fortunately for me, that's not what quarterbacking's about either.
If you're going to go somewhere and learn a little bit about quarterbacking, you might as well go the Bill Walsh School of Quarterbacking, of which Steve Mariucci is a pretty good offensive coach in his own right. Giovanni Carmazzi, quarterback of the Flying Dutchman of Hofstra, and he's the second quarterback pick.
We had season tickets for the 49ers for 25 years, and we were just hurt. It just, we kind of took it personally, if you will.
Giovanni Carmazzi, the quarterback who was ranked second on your board behind Chad Pennington. Tell me where he fits in this current quarterback situation.
Well, he was probably the best quarterback in the draft as far as athletic ability. This is a fine athlete with a real future. We were sweating it out about the last 10 picks that somebody would take him. Then we heard later that others were just about to take him when we did. So that was one of our better choices.
We're in the draft room. It was the 5th round. We already had 3 quarterbacks at the time. We had just signed our #1 quarterback, Drew Bledsoe, for a lot of money.
How much time's left on the clock? 9 minutes and 18 seconds.
I remember Belichick walking up to the board and said, wow, this Brady's still on the board.
One of the real troubling parts was the Michigan situation, you know, the fact that really they were trying to replace him as their starting quarterback and say, okay,